Hello everyone, I'm going to do a quick preview here of what's coming up next few days, culminating in the 11th and 12th of June. I'm going to focus on one main event, which is the British Milers Club Watford International Grand Prix, as it's entitled, or as some refer to it, the Watford Diamond League. But there are other events going on. There's plenty of schools, county athletics championships. In the States, the big one is the NCAA Championships at Eugene, which go on between the 8th and the 11th. And if you have a look, you can search through, starts late at night, but it's on BT Sport. So catch it up there. There's various World Athletics Tour meetings going on. Again, keep on the World Athletics website and YouTube channel and the like for action there. It's quite difficult to keep up to pace with everything that's going on at the moment. So yeah, plenty going on, but I'm looking forward to the British Milers Grand Prix, or International Grand Prix, at Watford on Saturday. Due to start at 5:30. Be wary, anyone going along. Athletes, I think, can get in free, so can BMC coaches, but there's a £10 on the gate entry fee. But if you go on the BMC website, you can get it reduced to £6 by booking in advance. Presumably, alongside sponsorship, it goes towards prizes, and there's some good prizes available for top three in each event, and then it's graded as, dependent on what times are recorded. So, for example, the 800 metre races, if the men's won in sub 1:45 or the women's in sub 2 minutes, there's £1,500 on offer to the winner. And then it's downgraded depending on times down to sort of £500 for the winner. But top three in each event, there's prize money. So that shouldn't be sniffed at. And there's some cracking fields. Probably, I'm only going on on various lists that I've seen, and I know a lot of athletes are juggling their schedules depending on what events they can get in, races they can get in Europe, etc. So it's not, it's a bit of a, not guesswork, but I'm sure some of these may not be racing. But the men's 800 is potentially a bit lively. Probably the C race might be quite good, actually, on the men's side. Listed are the likes of Carl Langford, Guy Learmonth. I'll mention Angus Harrington, who won the last BMC Grand Prix A race at Manchester. You've got Oliver Dustin looking to recapture some of the form from last year, but he's struggling a little bit. Daniel Howes, who's been really consistent. Like to see Sam Reardon from Blackheath. Maybe he's got some potential to run even quicker than he has so far. Finley McClare, who ran so well last couple of years. Reese Sharman Newell, who's run 1:45, I think. And then on a separate list, you've got Elliot Giles, Jake Whiteman, and Mark English, all mentioned as possibles to toe the line in the men's 800. But as I say, some of those, I'm sure, are looking at what other races they can get in. Elliot Giles raced beginning of this week, so did Jake Whiteman. Jake was in Morocco, had a cracking run over 1500. Elliot just getting going, ran 3:37 for 1500 in Holland. So yeah, interesting if any or all of those rock up. The women's perhaps not the same depth, but you've still got quite a few internationals at around 2:02, plus Izzy Boffey and Jenny Selman, although Jenny Selman, I notice, is on the 1500 metres listing as well. So again, somebody who would be maybe hedging their bets who they're going to compete in. Turning to the 1500 metres, again, perhaps more depth on the men's side, but some really good quality on the women's side. Charlie Grice has entered, but again, another athlete struggling a little bit. He dropped out in a 1500 in Holland earlier this week. We've got James West, Max Wharton, Kane Elliott, Johnny Davis, I think, is probably just getting going. And then we've got again, Elliot Giles listed, so he's obviously let the organisers know that he might like to race, but not sure which event. Piers Copeland, I'm not sure how he is with his injury, but he's listed. And Sam Atkin, the 5,000 metre runner, is also on the list as a possibility for 1,500 metres. So could see a sub 340 there. Ross Murray still holds the BMC record at, I think it was 336. I think 336.6, something like that. So yeah, it goes back to 2012. It'd be nice to see pace set to attack that a little bit. And then on the women's side, could be a good race there because Lyndon Hall from Australia is on the list. Again, Jenny Selman mentioned, plus Eddie Baker and Jess Judd. So that could be a quality race if you get 3 or 4 of them competing against each other. 5,000 metres. The fastest in the field is Edison Pereira from Brazil, who's done 13:23. In fact, I would say on the men's side, he's the standout athlete based on personal bests, but some plenty of sub 14 material in there with Mohammed, Ian Crow-Wright, David Malarkey, Zach Mohammed, Jack Goodwin, Rory Leonard, Adam Craig. Looking forward to seeing what the Winchester lads, Stuart McCullum and Toby Cook, can do, because Stuart particularly coming into form, won a good 1,500 Wimbledon last week. And then Nick Griggs, the incredible Irish lad, is also entered. The under-20 trial, headed by Ocean Perrin, presumably that would be run separately, but there aren't many entries for that. That's for the European trial, so unsure about that one, whether they actually end up putting them into the main races. I guess on Wednesday the proper start list will be listed on the BMC website, although it might go into Thursday. Then some sub-16 athletes on the women's side: Morag Miller, Hannah Owen, Mari McClellan, Sarah Astin, but there's also mention of Steph Twell and Sam Harrison on a separate list. So I think, again, those two not confirmed yet, but possibilities. Steeplechases don't look, probably the weakest of all the races being run. The sub 9 guys on the men's side for the 3,000 steeplechase are Dan Jarvis, who's done 8:37 and could still pop even quicker time. Aidan Thompson from Central Athletics done 8:47. And then on the women's side, you've got Kate Seary, who's done 9:55, and 4 international athletes between 9:36 and 9:47. But as I say, I think that's probably the weakest of the 4 distances. Yeah, 4 distances involved. So plenty to look forward to. Men's 800, men's 1,500, I'm particularly looking forward to, I think, based on who's entered. Let's hope for some good weather and some cracking times.